we do when someone we love isn't there anymore? Let's follow Lori's journey as she faces a heartbreaking loss and discovers how memories, love, and little signs can help heal a broken heart. Welcome, readers. Ready, set, go! In a world of daddy's girls and mommy's girls, Lori belonged to someone else entirely. She was a grandma's girl, through and through. Grandma wasn't just family, she was Lori's best friend. Every afternoon after school, Lori made her way to Grandma's little brown house with yellow highlights, her favorite place in the world. There, Grandma made some of her favorite meals: crispy fried chicken with rice and peas, and the most delicious fruit cake. After dinner, they would play cards at the dining table. Lori would laugh until her belly hurt when Grandma made her quirky remarks during the game. Grandma adored music, and her passion soon became Lori's. They would sing and dance to music coming from the old radio in the living room. On sunny days, they would go to the park and sit at their favorite bench. Lori with her vanilla ice cream and Grandma with her rum and raisin cone, which she always claimed had just the right amount of mischief. When it rained, they stayed indoors, curled up under blankets, and Grandma would tell stories of the past, taking Lori on a trip down memory lane. Lori loved these stories, even more than the fairy tales she read. Grandma loved word searches and would always challenge Lori to a race of finding the hidden words. With Grandma's glasses perched low on her nose and Lori's fast hands, they solved dozens of word search puzzles. Sometimes when Lori visited, she'd find Grandma tending to her garden. Lori would admire how attentive she was to her plants, treating her colorful and fruitful garden like royalty. Grandma's home was where laughter lived and unforgettable memories bloomed. One Tuesday, as Lori packed her homework books away to prepare for her visit to Grandma's house, her mother came and stood by her door. She looked sad, and Lori could sense that something was wrong. Lori's mother knelt beside her. Her voice was trembling. Grandma wasn't home. She was in the hospital, suddenly feeling unwell. Lori didn't understand. Grandma had always been strong. Lori gathered Grandma's word search books and her deck of cards. On their way to the hospital, she asked to stop for balloons and flowers, little comforts to remind Grandma she was loved, just like Grandma used to do for her when she wasn't feeling well. But when they arrived, Grandma's room was empty. A nurse quietly explained what had happened. Grandma was no longer there. She passed away earlier that day. Lori stood frozen, watching her mother's silent tears. It didn't make sense. How could someone as full of life, love, and fun as Grandma be gone? Grandma was always there, always. Then, just like her mother's, Lori's tears began to fall. The following day, Lori went to Grandma's house, hoping to see her waiting for her with a smile. A tiny part of her wished everything would be just as it had always been. But Grandma was nowhere to be seen. The radio was silent. There was no smell of delicious dinner in the air. The flowers outside drooped, as if they too were mourning. She stepped onto the veranda and sank into Grandma's chair. It felt like the sun had slipped behind a cloud and forgotten to return. A lump rose in her throat, and soon tears slipped down her cheeks once more. She wiped her face, pulled out her notebook, and began to write. Dear Grandma, today I came to your house, but nothing felt the same. The warmth, the songs, and the smell of dinner are all gone. Even the flowers seem sad. I miss playing cards with you and racing through word searches. I miss dancing in the living room and walking to the park. Most of all, I miss you. I wish you could come back. Love always, your Lori. Lori carefully folded the letter and carried it to the garden. She dug a small hole beneath the hibiscus, Grandma's favorite flower, and with steady hands, she buried the note deep in the soil. Later that week, Lori visited the park, their bench still there beneath the old willow tree. She didn't want ice cream, not today. She simply sat looking at the space beside her. Then, just as the wind began to stir, something fluttered across the grass and landed on the bench beside her. A small, crinkled ice cream wrapper, rum and raisin, Grandma's favorite. Lori blinked at the wrapper in surprise. Moments later, the familiar jingle of the ice cream truck rang through the park. She looked at the truck, then back at the wrapper, then looked at the truck, and back at the wrapper again. And for the first time in days, Lori's lips curled into a smile. Oh, Grandma, she thought. After that, small things began to appear. Little signs, quiet reminders. As Lori reached for a cup, a Queen of Hearts card slipped from the shelf and fluttered to the floor. On her desk, a word search book lay open, letters carefully circled to reveal a hidden message. I am with you. Each time a sign appeared, Lori's heart felt a little less heavy, as if Grandma was reminding her that she was still there. One night, Lori had a dream. She found herself in Grandma's garden, but it looked brighter than ever before. Grandma sat in her favorite chair, glowing with a gentle warmth as if the light was coming from within her. She looked up at Lori and smiled, opening her arms wide. Without hesitation, Lori ran into her embrace. No words were needed. The hug said everything. Lori felt it like a song without lyrics, a promise without sound, a love that remained even after goodbye. The next morning, Lori woke to find a single hibiscus petal resting gently on her pillow. She brushed a finger against the soft petal and smiled. Though Grandma was no longer beside her, she hadn't truly gone. Lori carried her in her heart. She still missed her grandma. She always would. And though the tears still came sometimes, so did laughter. She kept doing the things they loved, playing cards, singing along to the radio, racing through word searches, and tending to the garden with care. Grandma's messages had taught Lori something special, that when our loved ones leave, they find new ways to stay. They live on in our memories, our hearts, and in the little things we do. They are with us every single day. In a world of daddy's girls and mommy's girls, Lori was and always would be a grandma's girl. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below to let us know what you think. Bye!